What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. So today I'll be walking you through this install that I did on Iceland. Stay tuned.
And she on a mission, ay. Been through some shit, but now it's better living, ay. I know that she put in some time. You remind me of me. She get fat like me, yeah, she rock like me. And she can boss up and stun on bitches, my type wifey. She'll never let you see her sweat. You ain't gotta like her, but I bet you gon' respect.
So let's get started. So here I'm putting on her cap. I got this cap from the beauty supply store. I always get caps from my local beauty supply store. You just want to make sure you're using a nude cap, something that you know is going to blend, that's not too thick, is going to melt into her skin. So I'm just making sure it's on, comfortable, covering her ears because we're about to cut the ear tabs off. So with a small scissors, I take the scissors to puncture a hole in the middle, and then I slowly cut out her ear. And you just want to be careful with this step because you do not want to cut your client and you don't want to hurt nobody. But these scissors are very small and they're not super sharp, so it should really be no hurting anybody with at this point. It's Iceland filling herself with the cap for me. But yeah, at this point, I just sprayed down her cap with a holding spray. After putting on the cap, right here, I'm showing you the wig. This is 26 or 24-inch, I'm not too sure, wig from Hermosa Hair. It came pre-colored, so I did not color this wig, but it is a transparent lace. As you can see, I plucked the wig off camera. Right here, I'm going back in with those same scissors and I'm cutting along the hairline. This way, I'm kind of just shaping out how I want her hairline to look. Also, I'm being careful with this part because I'm also lifting the cap gently just to make sure the lace won't be too far down her forehead. We are literally so goofy, y'all. Me and Iceland were watching TikToks this whole time. You see me dancing to the TikTok song. But yeah, I just did one side. Now I'm going on to the other side. And the same thing as I said, just making sure I cut as close to the cap as possible with my small scissors because you want this to be precise. A good bold cap means a good install, period. So now what I'm about to do is blend that cap in, okay? So I'm taking a makeup cream that is close to Iceland skin tone, and I'm just taking it with a makeup brush that I got from Amazon, and I'm just taking it and I'm just patting it into the cap because I want this to blend seamlessly. I want to make sure you don't see the cap underneath the lace. So yeah, that's what you see me doing right here. Just rub it in, rub it in, rub it in. I use cream makeup. I don't use liquid and I don't use powder. I'm using that same makeup and I'm putting it inside of the lace. And as you can see, this is a transparent lace, so it does have a whitish tone. So I really want to make sure I'm getting that makeup in good because I don't want no flashback. Right here, I'm showing you this. You see that blend? You see that blend? I used the Erica J glue and I just dotted across the top with the glue itself, and I used a rat tail comb to rub the glue in. We're making TikToks right here, so kind of getting distracted, but you get the point. To the salon. We was doing that TikTok, guys, but here you see I'm going in with another layer and I'm smoothing it in. Make sure that glue is blended great. Okay, you don't want no lumps, no bumps, no nothing. I want this to be nice and smooth because this will also affect how seamless our install comes out. So, and also as you can see, I don't use a small amount of glue. I use a pretty good amount of glue because one thing about this Erica J glue, it does dry down clear even when I use a lot. So I like to make sure I use a good amount just to make sure the installs are lasting long. At this point, I had just finished my second layer. I'm showing you I'm putting my third layer on now. So I use a total of 3 layers when laying down the glue. I don't really feel like it's necessary to put more than 3 layers, but it's all up to you and it's up to your clients. Sometimes I have clients who say they want more than 3 layers, but really 3 layers is good. I never have no complaints. 3 layers, especially because I don't do thin layers, so these are 3 strong layers of glue. And also, just to clarify, I specified that I do 3 strong layers, meaning I don't put a little bit, but I don't put an excessive amount to where I can't blend it in. All of these layers are blended in really well. I want to smooth this out as smooth as possible because sometimes if you put too much glue, you can't get it to lay the way you want it because it's like too tacky, it's too much going on. So once my 3 layers are dry, it's go time. Now I can lay the lace down into her skin or whatever. So what you see me doing here is just pulling up the wig in the back because ICYLINN has a lot of hair. So I like to do this just so I can get the front to lay flat and then I'll adjust the back after laying the lace down. Down, 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 down. Hey, lay that lace. Oh, lay that lace. Okay, so here I'm just lining up the lace with the glue. Remember, the glue was positioned to where I want her hairline to be. So I'm just lining that up and then I'm gonna make ICYLINN hold it for me. Now I'm gonna make ICYLINN hold both sides for me while I position the wig. Then I will take my trusty rat tail comb and I'm just gonna smush and really rub in that lace into the hairline because I want this to be melted, okay? Do not do this step if the glue is still wet. I repeat, do not do this step if the glue is still wet because it will just turn into a disaster at this point because the glue will start seeping through the lace and we just do not want that. So make sure everything is completely dry before you do this step. Now with my same little scissors, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna carve her ears out. I'm gonna cut her ears out just so the wig lays better. She's just showing you the lace, period. Period. But yeah, so I'm doing this so that the wig lays better and so that I can get a better meltdown. Once the ears are carved up, now I can start cutting the lace and I'm just cutting to where the glue is and I'm just cutting as close to the hairline as possible. I don't want no extra lace because it just will affect the install. You won't get a seamless install. So take your time with this step. Cut as close to the lace as possible. And yeah, as you can see, I do not rush this step. I'm cutting very slow and I'm taking my time because at the same time, I do not want to snip ICYLINN. I don't want to snip any other clients either. So just take your time with this step and just cut where the glue is. Once we have cut all the lace off, you should be looking something like this. Yes, here's a close up. It's giving what it's supposed to give. Now I'm just gonna go back in with my makeup and I'm just gonna touch up any parts that I feel like I missed because as I said, this is a transparent lace, so sometimes you can see a little bit of the lace. So I'm just going over it. And fun fact, do you guys realize that throughout this whole tutorial walkthrough, I've only really used my rat tail comb and my baby scissors. because you really don't need that much tools when it comes to this part. And I just want to encourage everybody that anybody can do this. It's really not as hard as you think, and you don't want to overthink it. As long as you practice, practice makes perfect. You can do this. So yeah, right now I'm just carving out her baby hairs with the rat tail comb. I'm positioning the baby hairs where I want them to be. Here we're doing a little bit of more of a softer baby hair. ICYLINN normally likes really dramatic, but because we're doing color, I decided we need to do something more chill, more chill. So it's still given, but it's a little bit more chill. So I'm just making ICYLINN hold that hair up. I'm pinning her hair up. Again, another view, another view. Yes, it's looking really good right now. So we're gonna go on with our elastic band and we're gonna tie that down and we're gonna let that sit for a little bit, a little bit. So now I'm about to take off the band. Off camera, I blow dried her hair because it was a little bit damp because I had bleached the knots. So I'm taking off the band and now we're about to get to the best part, the baby hairs. Everybody loves them some baby hairs. So I'm just pushing the hair behind her ear so it's not in my way when I'm laying the baby hairs. And then again, another close up. You see how much of a difference the band makes? Like, I just love it. Like, I really love it here. I love it here. But yeah, I'm doing the same thing to the other side. And I'm just pushing the hair behind her ear. And she has a piercing there, so it was a little tender for her. But yeah, we're just putting it right behind her ear and we're getting ready to lay. So already I cut that one piece. Now I'm cutting the sideburns and I'm cutting it in a diagonal. And I'm just cutting it how I want it to lay basically. So you cut your baby hairs however you want it to lay. If you want long baby hairs, cut long baby hairs. If you want short, you cut short. If you want it to lay in a slant, you cut it in a diagonal. Like, that's kind of the vibe that we give. I'm doing the new baby hair method, the curling the baby hairs and then laying it. So I'm taking my small flat iron and I'm just very carefully curling the baby hairs under. Some people curl it up. I don't get that, but I curl them under. So you just do what makes you comfortable and what makes your clients comfortable. Now with the edge brush, I'm about to spray some holding spray and then I'm going to lay them and I'm going to use my finger to guide me as I'm laying. As you can see, I'm just using my finger to guide me. Here's a close-up of her edges after we laid them. As you can see, it's giving very much scalp right now. Still natural, but still giving, is still giving ICYLINN. Like, she likes dramatic, she's very cute, she likes all of that. So I have to give her what it's supposed to give. Right here, I'm just adding the band again. And this time, I'm leaving the band on for the longest time. I will leave the band on until I'm finished curling because this is what's really gonna set our install in place. You want to leave the band on for as long as you can. Yes, it is very tight. Yes, your client is gonna hate you for it, but it's all about the install. We gotta get a good install, okay? So right here, I'm just taking my hot comb and I am flattening out the top. I want this to look as natural as possible. I want the hair to look like it's growing from her scalp. I'm just using my hand to reinforce it. So hot comb and then I'm taking my hand and I'm just rubbing it along the hair. I don't know if this really works, but I just do it it feels like I'm doing a little bit more extra, so I just do it. But yep, that's what you see me doing right here. And yes, the hot comb is really hot, and yes, your client is gonna feel it through the wig, but trust me, nobody has been harmed. Like, you're not gonna burn your client. They're gonna feel the heat, but trust me, they're not getting burned. So if you feel the heat, don't get worried. You'll be fine. It's all for the install. It's all for a good install, okay? Now with my T3 curling iron, I'm using the curling iron to reinforce the top. So I'm flattening out the top, and then I'm sectioning off a piece of hair, and I'm going to curl. I like to do my curls away from the face. So you just take it and you just roll and press and roll and press. I really don't know how to explain how to use a curling iron, but that's really what I do. I just do everything away from the face because that's how I like my curls to lay, especially when it's a middle part. You want to give body, you want to give bombshell, you want to give all of that. So curl away from the face. Trust me, you're gonna love it. When I curl, I like to hold the curl in my hand for like a couple of seconds before I let it go because I really want to make sure that curl is holding really nicely. And what I also do, I don't know if I caught it on camera, but after I curl, I go in and I spray some holding spray just to hold those curls nicely, give the hair more bounce, volume, make sure those curls are not coming out. Again, I told you your client is gonna hate you for this part because it was on her ear, it was tight, it was on there for a long time. But I'm telling you, the band is really what helps, man. The band helps. So now, yeah, she got the chills. That band was hurting, okay? But yeah, she's feeling it. This is how you want your curls to look once you are done. And I don't use a big curling iron because I want these curls to really stay for a long time. It just depends. I use a big curling iron when I want more of a loose look, but I kind of wanted that bombshell, thick, curly look. So I take a small makeup brush that you would normally use probably for eyebrows or whatever, and I just take some of my makeup and I just go along the part to find the part, and we got a little dance break. Period. 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 Oh, she's feeling herself. I love it. I love it. Now I'm taking my old school comb and I'm just combing the hair away from the face. And that's why I wanted to curl the hair away from the face because when you comb it, it just falls perfectly. So now all I do is just play with the curls at this point, position it to where I want it, and we're done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Show love. I'm new to this YouTube, so I just want you to tell a friend to tell a friend. And yeah, turn your post notifications on, comment anything that you think I should have did differently or what you would like to see next. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support and bye. Period. 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 I'm gonna kill y'all with the periods, okay? Bye.
Indeed, and she on a mission. Ay. Been through some shit, but now it's better living. Ay. I know that.